Now, we've all gone through this moment. Why? When your battery's dead. So what can you actually do about it? The answer, most obviously, is charge your battery. Where? It's not always possible. So the answer is carry around a charger for your phone with you. These, my friends, are what we normally refer to as portable battery banks, and they are convenient, pocketable, backpackable, purseable items that allow you to charge your smartphones, tablets, or other USB-powered devices when you're on the go. So the number one thing to look for when you're shopping for a portable power bank is, what am I actually charging with this thing? If the objective is to charge your car with it, then go away. That's not what we're looking at here. If the objective is to charge something like a smartphone, then a Patriot Fuel Plus 2200 milliamp hour battery is going to be a good choice, because most smartphones are going to have batteries around 2000 milliamp hours. So if you're not familiar with the term milliamp hours, it's mAh, and it refers to how much capacity a battery has. So, okay, what if you don't want something that's easily sort of puttable in your purse or crotchable or wherever else you'd want to store it, and you don't mind carrying around something that's a little bit bulkier? This right here is a 9000 milliamp hour portable battery. So if you wanted to charge your phone with it, you'd probably get anywhere from 3 to 4 full charges out of this, or you might find it more suitable if you wanted to charge something like a tablet. So typically tablets have anywhere from a 9000 to 11,000 milliamp hour battery inside them, with smaller tablets being around the 4,000 range. So it all really depends on what you're intending to charge. Now the next thing that I really look for is size and form factor, because not everyone, well, my camera operator over there sort of excluded because he just bought a 26,000 milliamp hour battery that the intention is basically to strap to his back, so you can use it all the time. But not everyone wants that. So let's talk about the main form factors that are available. So this is the more traditional power brick. You put it somewhere, you take it out of somewhere, you charge your stuff with it. Pretty straightforward, but there are other options as well. So this guy right here is the Link 1000. It's got a little tiny micro USB on the top. You plug it directly into the bottom of your phone. It's only 1000 milliamp hours, so you're not even going to get a full charge out of it. So it's basically like that, that hit that you need to keep going for a little while longer, except for your phone. Next up, we've got the Mophie. This right here is a battery case. Usually these are for phones, so they'll have an interface at the bottom that actually charges the device itself, and then they'll have a separate charger, usually micro USB. So this particular one, yep, micro USB down there at the bottom. So these act like basically just a battery extension for your phone, and they actually live on the device pretty much permanently. I used one of these for a long time, actually, and if you don't mind that your phone is now a little bit bulkier, they can be a fantastic option and add some additional protection to it as well. So next up is the adaptability and other features. So I'm gonna, what it can charge from, what it can charge to, what it can discharge of, and we're not talking about discharge here. We're talking about battery packs. Anyway, so the Fuel Plus is actually a pretty unique option here because of a couple of things. Number one is it has power pass-through. Most battery banks can only be charged, and that's it. Fuel Plus can be charged, and then you can actually plug a device into the USB port, so while things will go a little bit slower in that case, you can actually charge the Fuel Plus and your phone at the same time, which is very convenient if you get home at night and plug everything in. Very, very handy. Also, Fuel Plus has a 2.5 amp output on the higher end models. Now the amps are separate from the milliamp hours. Milliamp hours are capacity. Think of amps more like speed. That's how quickly it can charge another device. So 2.5 amps is very, very aggressive and allows you to charge devices that support it, such as high-end tablets, much more quickly than if you only had a 1 amp or a 2 amp or a 2.1 amp output, which are more typical. 1 amp is going to be optimal for things like phones, whereas 2 amp is really recommended for things like tablets or an NVIDIA Shield or anything with a much higher capacity battery. Not every battery pack is that flexible though. Some of them won't even charge like from a PC or just any charger. They actually have to charge with the charger that they come with. Some of them are designed for a very specific use and they don't have the same flexibility. So we go back to the Zap one here that just has a micro USB port off of it, whereas something more like the Power Bricks are going to have, such as this Momax one right here that's actually pretty ruggedized and stuff, are just going to have standard USB ports that it outputs from, which you can obviously adapt to pretty much whatever you want, whether you use an iPhone cable or a micro USB cable or whatever else the case may be. So the conclusion is pretty straightforward for this one, guys. Check the specs, decide what you think works with your mobile lifestyle, or if you're anything like me, you'll just kind of like have like a lot of them. Mind you, I get them as samples from companies, so if you really have to pay for them, you should probably do some research, make sure it like works with your phone and stuff like that. Don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more videos like NCIX Tech Tips. NCIX Tech Tips for more videos like this from ncix.com. Let's see if I can juggle these. One of them has Wheels' phone in it, so Jack's phone in it. Oh.
Linus!